Hello, baseball fans. Welcome to the AAA Oregon American Legion State Tournament from legendary Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. I'm Josh Eldridge. I'm so glad you could join us live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Today's game is presented in part by Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Affordable Truck and RV, Timber Country Coca-Cola, by Les Schwab Tires, QUICKFIX Coffee, Sidebar Restaurant, and Doc's Pad Sports Bar. Welcome to the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. This afternoon's matchup is between the Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags. The Titans having the Area 4 League pennant taken from their grasps in the final week of the regular season by the Eugene Challengers, who captured the Area 4 crown. Willamette Valley settled for second place, finishing just one game behind their cross-county rivals, the Challengers. But the Titans from Springfield made a clear statement in the Super Regionals Best-of-3 playoff series as they capitalized on the home field advantage at Hamlin Sports Complex, taking two straight from Newport to advance to the state tournament. Meantime, the Dallas Dirtbags took an easier road, winning the final season series over the Salem Dodgers to claim an Area 3 championship and an automatic tournament berth. For the Titans, their road to the tournament was filled with a few more bumps and bruises along the way. They finished second in Area 4, a league that has 4 teams at this tournament. Willamette Valley finished just one game back of the Challengers, who won earlier today, this afternoon, 11-1, run ruling the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. Willamette Valley finished 15-5 despite being bit early by the injury bug. They won 12 of their last 14 games, going back to the regular season to make it to this spot. During the regular season, these teams met twice. Two very early season matchups saw a 1-1 split. The Titans taking the first of the season matchups 8-4 at the Roseburg kickoff tournament early in June, and then dropping the second encounter to Dallas 1-0 at the Eugene Papa's Pizza tournament. The Dirtbags won the Area 3 League Championship, posting a 12-4 league record. They skated right past the second-place Salem Dodgers, who finished 2 games back and are also in the tournament. When we continue the Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions pregame show, we'll visit with Willamette Valley head coach Danny Sales, take a look at our affordable truck and RV road trip and weather report, the starting lineups, and of course, first pitch, all coming up on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate Jet Boat Excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
All right, welcome back to the pregame show. I'm here with head coach Danny Sales. How you doing today?
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm good. So you guys came off of a sweep in the Super Regionals. How did you feel about your team's performance? Tell us what we missed.
Thought it was really good baseball, really good pitching defense performance from Walker Warren and Caden Miller. And had some timely hitting and got it done when we needed to, and got a little break in between. So our guys are pretty fresh and ready to go today.
That's good. So, coaching in the regular season, you guys finished second, obviously great. Mm-hmm. How does your strategies, I guess, change into the playoffs? Do you guys do more sack bunting, moving guys over, or is it just business as usual?
Business as usual, nothing changes. You kind of go by what got you here. The home plate to mound still, 60 feet 6 inches. So,
right.
We have that mentality. Nothing changes. And then, like I said, our guys are fresh and ready to go. And they remember being here 2 years ago and being 2 and out. So there's about eight of those guys on that team. And, that's in the back of their minds. And they're ready to prove something wrong.
So you guys just keeping it loose and keeping it rolling, huh?
Keeping it loose and keeping it rolling, absolutely.
So playing Dallas today, you guys saw them twice in the regular season. You split with them. What do you expect to see from them today? How does
very well coached team? Some good arms. some college kids that are back that are very good. Like I said, very well coached team. Boog does a great job. They're going to be tough. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, we've seen them before, and they've seen us plenty. So yeah, we're excited. You know, it's going to be a good matchup, and you know, I think it should be fun.
Say it's going to be a dogfight. What do you think is one area of your team that has to be 100% perfect for you guys to pull out a win today?
Throw strikes.
Throw strikes. That's it. Just pitching, huh?
Yeah.
I guess
everywhere you got to be good. I mean, in playoff baseball, you got to you know, you got to do more than just a couple things right. You know, you got to kind of hit on all cylinders. You know, and usually it comes down to, you know, pitching depth or, you know, timely hitting, and you know, sometimes it comes down to even you know, whoever makes less mistakes. You know, and you got to play almost perfect baseball, and there's a lot of close ball games in these playoffs. So, like I said, you got to play almost darn near perfect baseball.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Hellgate Jetboat Excursions pregame show here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. It's the first day of the Oregon American Legion State Tournament from historic Kiger Stadium here in Klamath Falls. This matchup, of course, between the Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Dirtbags. Of course, Willamette Valley finishing second in Area 4 league play. Take a look at the Area 4 final standings as they line up. The Eugene Overhead Door Challengers finished 16-4. As a matter of fact, they won earlier today against the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. They beat them 11-1 at the 10 a.m. game this morning. Willamette Valley Titans, of course, they finish in second place. The Roseburg Dock Stewarts, who missed the state tournament, finished 500, 10-10. Medford Lithia Dodge Medford Mustangs finished 500 as well, but they made the state tournament after winning their super regional matchup against Corvallis. They play tonight the late game against the Klamath Falls Falcons, the hosting tournament team. The Grants Pass Nuggets finished 16-4 overall, and the Klamath Falls Falcons, tonight's host, finished 3-17, dead last in Area 4, but they do get an immediate berth into the state tournament because they are the host team. The Dallas Dirtbags from Area 3, they actually won the Area 3 conference, finishing 12-4, 29-9 overall this season. The Salem Withnell Dodgers, who won earlier this afternoon as well against Beaverton, they won 9-1 right before this game. The Dodgers finished 10-6. The Corvallis Market Men, who fell to Medford in the Super Regionals, finished 10-6. The Mid-Coast Dungeys from Newport lost to this Willamette Valley Titan team in the Super Regionals, and that's how the Titans got here as well. The Kaiser Crushers finished 3-13, and they missed the playoffs entirely. And there it is, the Area 3 final standings. Take a look now here, Klamath Falls. You can see the blue skies. We're right around 90 degrees. 90 degrees the high from today as well. Definitely a lot better than how it is in Medford. Again, we'll see them later today, but bad air conditions because of the Milepost 97 fire. This morning, I believe they said it reached 9,000 acres, and the smoke hasn't blown over here yet. So we're expecting a nice day of baseball right now from Klamath Falls. 88 degrees. Wind blowing out to the northwest about 14 miles an hour. Where we are right now, your camera is facing almost exactly east, 90 degrees east. So it'll be blowing out over this right field fence. Speaking of the fence, we take a look now at the dimensions from Kiger Stadium. Just straight away left field, you can see there 325 by the Butler sign out there. Move over past the Henris Roofing sign, and you can see center field is 350. That's more left center field, still 350. Dead center is 385 as we move over. 350 coming back to right center, and 325 down the right field line. So pretty even dimensions here from Kiger Stadium. Your affordable Truck and RV road trip and weather report brought to you by Affordable Truck and RV for the places you would like to go. When we come back, we're going to take one more break here on the Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions pregame show. We're going to return with your Riverside Ready Mix starting lineups and, of course, the first pitch right here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching the American Legion Oregon State Tournament. Stick with us.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate Jet Boat Excursion offers you the best of the road as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits. Welcome back to the Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions pregame show here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching coverage of Day 1 of the Oregon American Legion State Tournament year 2019 here at Kiger Stadium. Third game of the day between the Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Dirtbags. We now take a look at our starting lineups for both squads. Starting off with the Willamette Valley Titans, who are playing as the visitors today, but of course at the neutral site at Kiger Stadium. Leading off and at shortstop is Bryce Betcher. Hitting second behind the dish for the Titans is Isaiah Burke. Walker Wanham is pitching tonight and batting third. The cleanup hitter is Cade Christ at third base. Tristan Vidal bats sixth and in center field. Now hitting sixth. Zach Hart at first base. Batting seventh is Trey Nelson in right. Hitting eighth is Wyatt Sales in left field. And rounding out the order is Elliott Chase at second base. We now move over to the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags, the Area 3 champions. Leading off for them is Jacob Maben in left field. Blake Aratola bats second in center. Emiliano Aracon is catching tonight. The cleanup hitter is Derek Maben at shortstop. Caden Reedhead is designated hitting fifth. Batting sixth is Connor Lang at second base. Eric Swanson is at first base and batting seventh. Hitting eighth is Noah Juarez at third. And batting ninth is Braden Allison. On the mound for them is Jarrett Stewart. And again, designated for hitting for him is Caden Reedhead. They're going to introduce the teams here at Kiger Stadium, and we're going to have the national anthem for the third time this afternoon. Again, this is the third game. In the first game, started at 10 a.m. this morning. The Eugene Overhead Door Challengers mercy ruled. They 10-run ruled the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 11-1 off the back of a 9-run fifth inning. Moved on to the second game. The Eugene Challengers will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow. They will play the winner of this matchup here between the Titans and the Dirtbags. The second game of today
actually just wrapped up about an hour ago between the Salem Withnell Dodgers and the Beaverton team. Salem Dodgers beat Beaverton 9-1 in a full 7-inning game. No mercy rule there, so Salem will move on one more day. Again, it is a double elimination bracket, so I guess all these teams move on to a second day. The loser here will go on to play at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And of course, again, the winner will play Eugene at 4. Wrapping up, introducing the teams. We're going to take one more break here on the Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions pregame show. When we come back, it's going to be First Pitch on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Affordable truck and RV for the places you would like to be.
All right, welcome back to day one coverage on PlayActionSportsMedia.com of the American Legion State Tournament here at Kiger Stadium. Throwing his warm-up pitches on the mound right now, we'll get you a good look at him, is Jarrett Stewart. He's going to be facing this Willamette Valley Titans lineup this afternoon. Starting at 4 o'clock, there is one more game to go later on tonight. And again, as we move forward into the broadcast, we'll sort of recap the tournament as it happened throughout the day. But later on tonight, the Medford Mustangs, the reigning state champions, play the Klamath Falls Falcons, the host team, who finished last place in Area 4. But, you know, crazier things have happened. The Falcons are definitely the underdogs, but, you know, baseball is funny that way. And, of course, we won't be bringing that game to you live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com, but we will have the video replay up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Sunday at 9. You'll be able to watch the replay of the Medford Mustangs and the Klamath Falls Falcons. Won't be able to bring it to you live, though. We want you to come on out to the ballpark, to Kiger Stadium, Klamath Falls. One of the oldest ballparks in Oregon, opened in 1948. Hosted the 1970 American Legion World Series, the 1968 Babe Ruth World Series, along with the state tournament back in 2017. The big wood grandstands, as you can see them there on your screen. Looks like we're about ready for baseball as Bryce Betcher, the leadoff hitter for the Willamette Valley Titans, steps into the box. Betcher leading off, starting at shortstop tonight for the Titans. First pitch is a breaking ball that's lofted into right field. Making the catch is the right fielder Allison for the first out of the ball game. So one out already. That brings up Isaiah Burke, the catcher for the Titans. Going to take that one for strike one. And we'll go down the lineup card one more time for you for the Willamette Valley Titans. Bryce Betcher leading things off. He flew out to right field. Isaiah Burke, he stands in right now. Walker Wanham is pitching tonight, hitting third. He's on deck right now. Then it's Cade Christ, Tristan Vidal, Zach Hart, Trey Nelson, Wyatt Sales, and Chase Elliott. Jarrett Stewart on the mound for the Dirtbags. He's up 0-2 in the count. The 0-2 is looked at in the dirt for ball one. Breaking ball is taken just outside. That'll be ball two. Still only in the top of the first. That one will be taken for strike three. He goes down looking. Isaiah Burke is sent packing for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Walker Wanham. Walker Wanham, a South Eugene High School graduate. He's going to be graduating next year, as a matter of fact, 2020. Of course, head coach of the Titans, Danny Sales, coaching South Eugene. South Eugene High School this past school year, they made it to the playoffs and then were ousted in the first round by Bend. They lost that game 3-2 in the first round of the playoffs. Ball and a strike to Wanham. Wanham looks at that one. That'll miss for ball two. Calling balls and strikes this afternoon. Scott Rice on the base paths is Tim Barrett. Tim Barrett along with Greg Juckett. That one is dropped in left field, rounding first and heading for second. Stand-up double for Walker Wanham. First base hit of the contest for either team with one out in the inning. That'll bring up Cade Christ. Taking ball one there. So we mentioned that Kiger Stadium hosted the World Series, the American Legion World Series, that is, here in 1970. Only three other places have held the World Series, the American Legion World Series. Kiger Stadium's done it once. Roseburg's done it three times, 1974, 93, and most recently 1996. Corvallis is the only other team to have done it in 1990 and then 2004. But Kiger Stadium, definitely one of the classics here in Oregon. Big wood grandstand, something like you never seen in person for amateur baseball. Waiting the 2-1 from Stewart. The big breaking ball will find the zone for strike 2. See what Stewart comes with a 2-strike count. He's got one to play with, but see what he does. Already 1 strikeout in this inning. That one looked a little bit like a knuckleball, but it'll miss outside. Count runs full with 2 outs in the inning, still scoreless, top of the first. The 3-2 pitch is a breaking ball. That's lofted high and deep into left field. Near the warning track, fighting the sun, but making the play is Allison for the final out of the inning. The Titans leave 1 stranded, 1 base hit in the inning. The Dirtbags coming up in the bottom of the first. You're watching Day 1 coverage of the American Legion State Tournament, brought to you by PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
River. Aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the road as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires, GP Nuggets TV, live on GrantsPassNuggets.com. Willamette Valley Titans baseball brought to you by Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions and by Les Schwab Tires. Walker Wanham on the mound here in the bottom of the first. The Dallas Dirtbags get their first chance to try to get up on the scoreboard. Again, bottom of the first innings. We bring back our scoreboard for you. Wanham fires in a fastball, the first pitch to Jacob Mabin, the starting left fielder for the Dirtbags. Wanham falling behind quickly here, 2-0. Again, we mentioned Walker Wanham, graduating from South Eugene next year, right-handed thrower. Now it'll be fouled off. Mabin grounds one to short. The throw on to first will be in time for the first out of the inning. Hart making a good stretch for the first out. And we'll bring up Blake Aratola. Blake Aratola, graduating from West Salem in 2018, now at Chemeketa College. Throws right and bats right, and is down in the count 0-1. Make that 0-2 off the foul ball. Want him with the good hard fastball. His curveball can sometimes get away from him. Doesn't have a lot of break on it. It's not as filthy as some other guys you might see in American Legion, but he does have the good changeup to try to get guys to swing and miss, as that one will be fouled again. Count still 1-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. That ball will miss high as well. Count runs even at 2. Want him from the windup. That was the changeup hit to first. Zach Hart will glove it and step on first himself for the second out in the inning. Brings up Emilio Alarcon. He takes strike 1. Want him a good strike thrower. You won't see him walk too many guys, but again, the problem with a good strike thrower, and you don't really have the big bender, is you can definitely get hit around the ballpark. You see he tries to break one off there. Again, missing high with the fastball, runs the count 3-1. See what Alarcon sees here. He can definitely be selective with the 3-1 count. Righty against righty matchup. He decides to swing at 1. He's kind of jammed there, but that one's going to drop in right field for a 2-out base hit. Pitch that was inside. He takes it the other way. Alarcon. A 2-out single in the bottom of the first inning. That brings up a starting shortstop for the Dirtbags, Derek Mabin. On deck is Caden Reedhead, designated hitting, should he get a chance in this inning. Another move over. Want him conscious of the runners. Breaks out the slide step. That one's chopped out towards second. The throw on to Hart will be in time to end the inning. So the Dirtbags, they leave one stranded off the single by Alarcon. It's still scoreless. We head to the top of the second. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back into Kiger Stadium. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires, PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Day 1 of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament, again from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. We're in the top of the second inning, Game 3 of the day between the Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Dirtbags. You look at the bracket, though, a little bit different. It's labeled as Game 2. But it's the third game played in order as we get back into the action. Leading things off for the Titans as we get things started is going to be Tristan Vidal, Zach Hart, and Trey Nelson. Miss 0-1 there. Good a time as any to take a look at the defensive lineups for the Dallas Dirtbags. Starting behind the dish for Dallas is Emilio Alarcon. At first base is Eric Swanson. Moving over to second, Connor Lang. At shortstop, it's Derek Maben. At third base, Noah Juarez will get you the outfield after this pitch. The 2-1 will be fouled off. In left field, it's Jacob Maben. In center field, it's Blake Aratola. And in right field, there he is, Braden Allison. And that'll be a walk to lead things off as Vidal gets on base. Zach Hart, the first baseman, now gets a shot. Runner on first, nobody out. The Titans trying to strike first here in this tournament matchup. Again, this is the third game of the afternoon. The first game was played at 10 a.m. The Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, the team that won Area 4 and just barely snagged it from the Titans in the final game of the season. Anyway, the Challengers won 11-1 earlier today against the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. As that one is booted, the play at first is going to be made, but moving up to second is Tristan Vidal. That'll bring up Trey Nelson with a runner in scoring position and only one out in the inning. The big bender is taken high for ball one. In the second game of the day, as I said, the Challengers won 11-1 in the first game. In the second game, it was Salem versus Beaverton. The Wethnell Dodgers from Salem taking that one 9-1. So both games so far have pretty much been blowouts. An 8-run victory and then a 10-run victory going backwards. But Eugene will move on to day two into the winners bracket. They will play at 4 p.m. And the Salem Dodgers move on to day two in the winners bracket as well. They will play at 1. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. A 2-strike count now for Trey Nelson. The runner at second is Vidal. That one will be taken outside. A borderline pitch goes the way of Nelson. 2-2. Stewart fires in that one again. A fastball probably just missed outside. Count runs full now. That one, a big curveball swung on and missed for the second out in the inning. Second strikeout of the day for Stewart. That'll bring up the left fielder, Wyatt Sales. First pitch to Sales is the curveball. That one will miss high and tight. Sales starting in left field tonight means we might be able to see him on the mound later. Sales, one heck of a pitcher out there, throws right-handed off the mound, but has got sort of a sidearm delivery when he does pitch. Sales can get wild at times on the mound, though, and you heard Coach Danny Sales, no relation there, but he said the one thing they got to do is just continue to throw strikes. Other than that, just business as usual for him. Nothing changes for him when it gets to playoff time, but they've got to focus on doing the small things right. The meeting on the mound, we'd like to remind you that Willamette Valley Titans baseball on PlayActionSportsMedia.com is brought to you by Timber Country Coca-Cola and QUICKFIX Coffee, along with Doc's Pad Sports Bar and Grill. 3 balls, no strikes to Wyatt Sales. That one will miss outside, so Sales is aboard with a walk. Puts 2 runners on with 2 outs in the inning. Vidal still at second, and of course Sales now at first. And that'll bring up Chase Elliott. See if he can keep the rally going and hopefully drive in the first run of the ball game. Taken high and tight for strike 1. Elliott starting at second base tonight for the Titans. Elliott graduated from Thurston High School 2018, and just like a few of his other teammates is at Chemeketa Community College. Down 0-2 in the count right now. We'll see what he tries to fight off in the 0-2. That'll be fouled off behind the stands. Count remains 0-2. It's the first time either team has had a runner in scoring position with Vidal at second. That one will miss high. A ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned, I'm not sure if you can hear it through the mic, but the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Was 14 miles an hour out to the northwest when we started. Still blowing out there. It's pretty much just straightaway center field. We'll show you the flag of where it's blowing, but definitely going to be some wind-assisted hits as that one floats up. And jumping and making the play is the shortstop for the Dirtbags, Alarcon, to end the inning. The Titans leave 2 stranded. 1 base hit in the inning. Still scoreless. We head to the bottom half of the second. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Kiger Stadium here in Klamath Falls for day one of the 2019 American Legion State Tournament. Willamette Valley Titans baseball brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires and by Sidebar Restaurant. Leading things off for the Dirtbags is Caden Reedhead, Connor Lang, and Eric Swanson. Reedhead batting from the left side. Bats left and throws right, sort of a rarity. He'll take that one. It'll even up the count at 2. Bottom of the second inning, no score. The Titans have got 2 hits. Dallas has only the one that came back in the first. That one will be fouled back. Count is still full. Something they keep track of here at the American Legion State Tournament is pitch counts. Right now, Walker Wanham is at 22. He can only pitch 105 is the number, but of course if you cross that 105 threshold while you are facing a batter, you can finish that at bat. But 105 is the number, and then it's a 4-day rest you have to take if you pitch 105 pitches. So they're keeping track of pitch count here, and we'll try to keep you updated on the broadcast as well. But Wanham at 23 pitches right now, as he gives up the walk to lead off the inning to Reedhead. Brings up Connor Lang, also a left-handed bat. Well, Lang actually just batting from the left side against the right-handed Wanham. He's actually a switch hitter, listed one as one. I think they are trying to warn him about a balk, it seems. I'm not quite sure. Either way, get back into the action. So that was the first walk given up by Wanham. He's also given up one base hit, and that was to Emilio Alarcon earlier in the first. Taking off the throw to second, and they're gonna, they had him dead to rights, but Reedhead advances. The ball comes loose on the tag. I'm sure they'll just give him the steal. So now there's a runner at second and nobody out in the inning. Connor Lang still at the dish for the Dirtbags. Dallas in their orange jerseys, Willamette Valley in the blue. Willamette Valley does have the orange home jerseys, but of course they are the visiting team, at least here in day one of the tournament. And if they advance, they will also be the visiting team just because the Eugene Challengers won their division. So they will remain the home team. Again, the winner plays the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, the Area 4 champions. a 3-1 count to Connor Lang. And that one will just miss. Ball 4 puts runners at first and second now. Still nobody away in the inning. Moving towards the middle of the order now. Past the middle of the order. We're in the 7-hitter, Eric Swanson. Back-to-back walks in the second. Want him in a little bit of trouble. Swanson was showing bunt, the throw down to second, and they got him. They got Reedhead sleeping out there. Great throw from the Titans catcher Isaiah Burke to get the man at second. One out in the inning, and now a runner at first base, and that changes things drastically for the Dirtbags in terms of opportunities to score. The double play is in order, and it could end the inning if Wanham is able to locate a good pitch here. It's a ball and a strike count to Swanson. Big curveball there, just misses outside. The Willamette Valley Titans at this tournament, they missed it last year. They, in fact, missed the playoffs entirely last year. Not finishing well in Area 4 league play. Last year for the Titans, it was 7-13 in Area 4. They missed the tournament entirely. The year before that, they were 2-out, and hoping to make a better run at things here. The program has never won a state championship. Neither has the Dallas Dirtbags. So, interesting matchup here for sure as that one is rattled down the third base line. That might score a run. But it will not. In fact, they're going to hold him at third. Coach putting the stop sign on Connor Lang, and he will stay there. A double, though, for Eric Swanson. Brings up Noah Juarez. Runners at second and third. One out in the inning. At second, it's Swanson. At third, it's Connor Lang. Ball and no strikes to Juarez. That one is smashed into center field. Will get down. Lang will score, and they're going to hold Swanson at third. But the Dirtbags strike first in the bottom of the second. Braden Allison stepping in, the number 9 hitter in the order. He's also hitting from the left side. Left-handed hitters in the bottom of the order. 5 of them in a row. A couple of them switch hitters, so we'll see him bat from the right-handed side too. Willamette Valley brings in a left-handed pitcher, but a lot of tools Dallas can use. 0-1 to Allison. Wanham finds himself in a bit of trouble. 2 hits bring home a run in this inning for Dallas. We're in the bottom of the second, the 2019 American Legion State Tournament. You're watching it on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Foul back 0-2. Breaks out the slide step. It looked like Juarez was trying to make a break for it, but we'll have to go back. Count remains 0-2. That'll be chopped towards second. Almost the double play ball, but that'll sneak under the glove of Zach Hart. The run will come in to score a 2-0 game for the Dirtbags. So Allison reaches on the fielder's choice. He gets the RBI. Coming in to score was Eric Swanson. Juarez is thrown out for the second out in the inning. And now we are to the top of the order for the Dirtbags, bringing up Jacob Maben. Maben 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first. See what he can come up with here. Dallas Dirtbags leading in this one. That'll be sent into center field on the ground. Base hit for Maben. Keeps the rally alive. Blake Aratola steps in now. Walker Wanham needs to find a way to get out of this inning and get back on the offensive side. Can't let it get out of hand. That one will bounce away from Burke. But able to hustle to it, contain it, so no one moves. Staying right where they are at first and second. And winner here will play Eugene tomorrow at 4. The overhead door challengers, Area 4 champions. And right now it's looking like it might be Dallas if they keep swinging the bats like this. The throw home, it'll be a close play, but the throw is wide. An RBI single for Aratola. Brings up Emilio Alarcon. First pitch to Alarcon, a breaking ball that misses inside. Once again, you're watching the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. The Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Dirtbags. Dallas leading early here 3-0 in the bottom of the second. They've put up 4 hits in this inning and scored 3. And there's 2 more guys out on the base paths right now. At third is Braden Allison, and at first it's Jacob Maben. That one grounded to second. The throw to Hart will finally end the inning, but 3 runs later for the Dallas Dirtbags, they get 3 base hits. They leave 2 stranded. No Titans errors in the bottom of the second. Score 3-0. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching day one coverage of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. The Dallas Dirtbags leading 3-0 early. They've got 5 hits. The Titans still searching for their first run. They've got 2 hits. Neither team has committed an error so far. On 1 count. The man leading things off. Top of the order with Bryce Betcher, the shortstop for the Titans. Willamette Valley Titans baseball on PlayActionSportsMedia.com is brought to you by Doc's Pad Sports Bar and QUICKFIX Coffee. Ball and 2 strikes to Betcher. Still on the mound is Jarrett Stewart. Swing and a miss, but it's in the dirt. Have to complete the play, and they will. Betcher goes down swinging. Isaiah Burke steps in now. He's 0 for 1 as well. He struck out his first time through. These two teams, of course, familiar with each other, at least familiar enough. They've played twice in the regular season before the start of July. First time for these teams, it was a win for the Willamette Valley Titans, an 8-4 win at the Roseburg Kickoff Tournament that was the first tournament of the year for these two teams, and at the Eugene Papa's Pizza Tournament. That was at the end of June. The Dallas Dirtbags won 1-0. So these teams familiar with each other. Both confident going in. Though the Willamette Valley Titans had to work a little harder to get here, beating Newport, sweeping them 2-0. They won both of those games 4-1 against Newport and find themselves here against Dallas, trailing 3-0. That one has popped up behind home plate, and that will go over the wood grandstand here at Kiger Stadium. The 3-2 full count pitch coming up from Swanson will be wide and in the dirt. A walk for Isaiah Burke. The pitcher now, Walker Wanham. Chance to try to help his own cause a little bit. He attempts to do so with 1 out and a runner on first. It's Isaiah Burke leading off the first base bag. That one's in the dirt, but a nice block there behind the plate. Big baking ball will miss. 2-0. Finds his own for strike 1. The 2-1 coming up from Stewart will miss high. 3-1. One walk already surrendered by Swanson in this inning to Isaiah Burke, who's on first base right now. That will be taken outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks with 1 out in the inning. It's the Titans with 2 runners on. Burke at second. And at first it's Walker Wanham. Going to have a meeting at the mound. So up next in the Titans order is Cade Christ and Tristan Vidal as they get the opportunity to try to keep the rally going. The Willamette Valley Titans down by 3 early in day 1 of the tournament. And if they lose, they'll play at 10 a.m. against the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. And that's, of course, if Klamath Falls wins later on tonight. If Klamath Falls loses, they still get the night game, and they will flip-flop with the 10 o'clock game if you look at the bracket on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. The pitch from Stewart is high and tight to Cade Christ. Ball 1. Christ 0 for 1 so far this afternoon. He flew out to left field his first time up. That pitch, a fastball, will find the zone. Strike 1. Breaking pitch is hit in the air on a good line drive into left field. They're going to keep Burke at third, so that base hit will load the bases with only 1 out in the inning. That'll bring up Tristan Vidal, one of the only 2 Titans with a base hit so far in this game. He singled back in the second. The only other man to single is Cade Christ, who of course is sitting at first. That one is hit on the ground, right back to Stewart. Force play at home. The throw to first in time will end the inning. The unusual 1-2-3 double play as the Dallas Dirtbags still lead 3-0. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Affordable Truck and RV for the places you would like to be.
Willamette Valley Titans baseball brought to you by Affordable Truck and RV and Les Schwab Tires. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're in the bottom of the third inning of a 3-0 ball game between the Dallas Dirtbags, Post 20, acting as the home team this afternoon, and the visiting Willamette Valley Titans here at Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. You're watching coverage of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. Again, on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You can follow the tournament all the way until a championship game on Wednesday on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. And, of course, into the regional at Lewiston, Idaho, and the World Series in Shelby, North Carolina, as that one is fouled off. Emilio Alarcon in the box against Walker Wanham. That one is hit sharply on the ground and will find its way into center field. A leadoff base hit for the Dirtbags. That's 6 base hits for the Dirtbags already, and we're only in the bottom of the third inning. Again, they've pushed 3 runs across, all of them coming in the second against Walker Wanham. Now the left-handed bat of Caden Reedhead. And time is called. One the count to Caden Reedhead, the designated hitter. The left-handed bat walked in his first time through and was thrown out stealing. As the shade starts to set in, it's going to be tougher and tougher to see that ball come in, especially throughout this game. They'll turn the lights on probably for about the second half of the Falcons-Mustangs game that starts at 7 o'clock. But when those shadows start to set in, it's going to be tough to pick up that baseball coming out of the pitcher's hands. 2-1 to Reedhead. That one will come inside. 3-1. That one will miss outside. A single and a walk for the Dirtbags to get things started in the bottom half of the third inning. Brings up Connor Lang. He walked his first time through as well. 3 walks issued by Walker Wanham already. Lang pulls back bunt. And as I mentioned, you can follow all the way through the World Series, the American Legion World Series in Shelby. 19 different Oregon teams have made it to the World Series. The Medford Mustangs have the most with 5 regional wins, Northwest regional wins. They did it in 92 and 97, 2002, 2009, most recently 2015. But Medford the most with 5 out of 19 for Oregon teams going to the World Series. Only one team has ever actually won the World Series out of Oregon, and that was in 1969. The Portland American Legion team. Hall of Famer, MLB Hall of Famer Dale Murphy on that team. Spent 15 years in the majors, a 7-time All-Star, I believe is the number. The only Oregon team to win the American Legion World Series from 1969. 5 times an Oregon team has been national runner-up. Medford has done it twice. The 3-1 delivery from Wanham. The fastball gets away from him. Load the bases. Going to have a meeting at the mound. While he's out there, we'd like to remind you that Willamette Valley Titans baseball is brought to you by Murphy Timber Company and Roseburg Timber Company, along with Laurelwood Golf Course. Sale's just talking to his man out there. Walker Wanham has had a little bit of trouble throwing strikes. Usually that's his strong point. He's got the good fastball and the changeup. The curveball can get away from him sometimes, as I've mentioned, but he just has not been able to spot the fastball so far. And if you're gonna place any one pitch, it's got to be the fastball. You can ask anyone who's ever played baseball, they'll say a good placed fastball is still the best pitch that you can throw. That one is a breaking ball that will find the zone for strike 1. So bases become loaded now for Eric Swanson. Count even at 1 to Swanson. That pitch right there, Walker Wanham's 59th through just 2 innings. He's yet to record it out here in the 3rd. Bases loaded, 1-2 the count. He will get him swinging. First out of the inning. That brings up Noah Juarez. Now he gets a shot with the bases loaded. Batting from the left side. As he waits to step in here. That first pitch is lifted. Center fielder doesn't quite have to move too much out there. Vidal makes the throw, but the run will score. Sacrifice fly for Eric Swanson. That brings up Braden Allison. Pardon me, the sacrifice fly credited to Noah Juarez. And the pop out behind third base from Allison will end the inning. 1 run comes across for the Dirtbags here in the 3rd. It's 4-0. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires. You're watching it on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Take a look there at the scoreboard here from Kiger Stadium. 4-0 for the Dallas Dirtbags early. We'll get you the rest of the totals here in just a minute. But Jarrett Stewart continuing to throw a pretty good game out there. He's only given up 2 hits. Leading things off for the Titans is Zach Hart. He spears one foul. Zach Hart lofts one, will end up foul, shallow left field. So we're in the top of the 4th inning for the Willamette Valley Titans. They've yet to crack into the scoreboard. They're no runs on 2 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They've left 4 runners on base. For the Dirtbags, they've got 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They've left 5 on base to this point in the ballgame. Zach Hart will look at that one, evens the count at 2. Now in chop towards second. Coming up with the play and firing onto first was Connor Lang for the first out in the inning. With 1 out here in the top of the 3rd, we'd like to thank Willamette Valley Community Partners, Springfield Public School District, the Springfield Police Department, and the Springfield High School baseball program. Those are the Willamette Valley Titans community partners. Thank you for all your support, the Willamette Valley Titans baseball program. That one will be lofted into shallow center field, and he's going to end up misplaying it in center. Eritol had to fight the sun, so really no fault of his own there, but it will fall. And I believe they're going to score that one a base hit for the Titans, their 3rd of the afternoon. And that will bring up Wyatt Sales. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Sales is hit in the air to center field. Not having to move too much that time and making the play in center for the 2nd out. Bring up the 9th hitter in the order, Chase Elliott. Elliott takes a pitch there. Strike 1. That was Stewart's 66th pitch. Again, 105 is the limit here at the state tournament. The American Legion limits you to 105. Again, he's at 66 right now, is Jarrett Stewart. Gets a hold of the breaking ball there, sends it into right field. Making the squeeze is Mabin in left field, and that will end the inning. The Titans, they leave one stranded, have still yet to crack into the score column. They trail 4-0 to the Dallas Dirtbags. We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com. Your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching Day 1 coverage of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. Starting things off with a base hit in this inning is Jacob Mabin for the Dirtbags. They lead 4-0. We get started in the bottom of the third. The Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week powered by Les Schwab Tires. Willamette Valley Titans Baseball brought to you by Richardson Sports and Murphy Lumber. That one is hit weakly in front of the mound. Want him to throw on to first will be in time. But in the meantime, Mabin moves up to second. And if you're just joining us here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com, this is the third game of the afternoon here from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls of the 2019 American Legion State Tournament here in Oregon. The winner here goes to the Northwest Regional in Idaho, of the whole tournament, I should say, not just of this game. The winner here on day 2 will play the Eugene Challengers at 4 p.m. The Eugene Challengers won the first game of the day at 10 a.m. They beat the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 11-1. Or in the second game, the Salem Withnell Dodgers topped Beaverton 9-1. It's the third game of the day where the Dirtbags lead 4-0 over the Titans. Again, these two teams have played twice already this season. The most recent meeting was a 1-0 win for Dallas. But still a lot of baseball left to go. The Titans definitely not out of it yet. Walker Wanham has proved to be a little bit hittable this afternoon, but hoping to square things up. That one, a big curveball that was swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Wanham, and that'll bring up Derek Mabin. That one is hit over to short. The throw on to Zach Hart. A close play in time to end the inning. The Dirtbags leave one stranded on one base hit in the inning. They lead 4-0 over the Willamette Valley Titans. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires. The Dallas Dirtbags lead the Willamette Valley Titans 4-0. We're in the top of the 5th inning of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. The first day, the third game of the day. Again, Eugene winning the first one. Salem winning the 1 o'clock game. Now here we are. This game first pitch was just over 4 o'clock, and we're about an hour and a half into it, roughly. That one will be in there for strike one to Bryce Betcher. Betcher 0 for 2. It's his third at-bat of the game. He's flown out and struck out to this point. Called strike 2. And these two teams entering, Dallas has the second best record of anyone else at this tournament. Overall record, that is, speaking. A 29-10 overall record. The Willamette Valley Titans enter with the fifth best record, 27-13. Ball and 2 strikes to Betcher. He goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Isaiah Burke, the starting catcher this afternoon for the Titans. He has struck out and walked so far in this game, so 0 for 1 officially out of 2 at-bats. Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate there. Take a quick look around the state of Oregon, mainly one location specifically, the Medford Rogues in the Golden State Collegiate Baseball League Finals against Top Speed Baseball. The Rogues won Game 1 yesterday, 10-5 in the final. It's a best of 3. They dropped Game 2, 8-1. They play Game 3 tomorrow at 1 p.m. The Medford Rogues, though, playing their home games in Medford, but quite smoky out there right now. So hoping when they do come home to at least bring home a trophy. That one will be popped foul. Count remains at 2-2. The Medford Rogues sharing a home with the Medford Lithia Dodge Mustangs, who we'll see at the tournament play at 7 o'clock tonight. They play the host team, the Klamath Falls Falcons, for the final game of the day. You'll be able to watch the replay of that game tomorrow at 9 a.m. when it goes live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're not going to bring it to you live. We want you to come out to Kiger Stadium and enjoy the crowd and the scenes and sights and sounds of the American Legion State Tournament at Kiger Stadium. That is strike 3, a swing and a miss for Burke. Brings up Walker Wanham. 2 strikeouts in this inning already for Stewart. That's 4 for him on the afternoon so far. 2 outs, in steps Walker Wanham. Lifts that one high into right field. Going back a few steps and making the grab in right field is Allison for the third and final out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Titans in the top half of the 5th. We go to the bottom half with the Dirtbags leading 4-0 on the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the road as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com. Your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Day one coverage of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. Get back into action here. Leading things off for the Dirtbags is Caden Reedhead. Ball one to him to start things off. Likes to extend a thank you to the Willamette Valley Titans Board of Directors, Jeff Oliver, the president, along with Ken Brown, Rick Stewart, Casey Miller, and Ryan Maloney. Willamette Valley Titans Board of Directors for helping us get things going here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. A ball and a strike to Reedhead. Taking strike two there. For Wanham so far, he's given up his fair share of hits, 7 on the day, 4 runs. 4 of them earned. He struck out 2 and he's walked 4 to this point in the game. Steps off here at 2-2 count. Swung on and missed. He gets Reedhead swinging. His third strikeout of the day. And that'll bring up Connor Lang. Lang has walked twice, so no official at-bat for him yet in this one. Those shadows really starting to settle in over home plate, the wood grandstand. Casting about a 6-foot shadow there. Ball and a strike after the second pitch of the at-bat to Lang. Two and one. Yeah, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that the Willamette Valley Titans have yet to win a state championship. Same goes for the Dallas Dirtbags. So they're still looking, again, for their first state tournament win. And a state championship as Betcher couldn't get a hold of that one. We'll see what they go with on the official score. I would almost give it a base hit, but they're in fact going to score him with an error. It was a tough play to make. He had to range over towards the second base side of the bag, but they're going to give Betcher an error, and so will we. Breaking ball is taken out of the zone for ball one. But as I mentioned, both these teams looking for their first state tournament win. The most state tournament wins goes to Medford. They've got 16. Roseburg is not too far behind, I should say. They've got 15 state championships. The Falcons, who play their games here at Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls, have 9 state championships. Corvallis has 6, and the Salem Dodgers, as they're known now, who won earlier today against Beaverton 9-1. They've got 5 state championships in their program. And Medford has actually won the last 5. Again, last 5 for Medford, 16 overall. The last winner that wasn't Medford was Salem, and then going backwards from there, in 2012 it was Eugene. 2011, Salem won it again. 2010, Corvallis, and then Medford 10 years ago in 2009, winning their state championship. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is hit foul down the third base line. Full count now to Eric Swanson. The 3-2 will be fouled back. Slide step from Wanham, a swing and a miss. The second out in the inning. Wanham's 4th strikeout on the day brings up Noah Juarez, his 2nd in this inning. Juarez has 2 RBIs on the game, a sacrifice fly in the 3rd, and then an RBI single back in the 2nd. Opportunity with Lang on first. The pitch to left-handed hitter will be outside for ball 1. That one will be lofted down the left field line, foul. 1-1. That one is hit sharply. It's going to get down the right field line. Trey Nelson stops it from getting too much out of hand. The throw in bounces a little bit wild, but it'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs in the inning. At second, it's Lang. At first, it's Juarez. And in the box is going to be Braden Allison.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 6, Braden Allison.
First pitch to Allison has popped up at a plate. Allison is 0 for 2 so far. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and then popped out in the second inning. That one fouled back for strike 2. This will be the 92nd pitch for Walker Wanham out of 105. The curveball is chopped towards first. Zach Hart with the play tosses it on to Wanham for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Dirtbags leave 2 stranded. 1 base hit in the inning. They still lead 4-0 over the Willamette Valley Titans. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You're watching day one coverage of the 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. This matchup between the Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Dirtbags. Willamette Valley Titans baseball brought to you by Roseburg Lumber and Laurelwood Golf Course. We take a look now at our totals through 5 innings from Kiger Stadium. The Willamette Valley Titans trail the Dirtbags 4-0. The Titans no runs on 3 hits. They've committed 3 errors so far, and they've left 6 runners on base. For Dallas, the Dirtbags, they've scored 4 runs off 8 hits. No errors. They've left 7 runners on base to this point in the ballgame. New pitcher on the mound, it looks like, for the Dirtbags. Is coming in to pitch for Stewart. We have Ruben Cedillo. We'll get you Stewart's totals in just a minute. His first pitch that Cedillo throws is hit out to short, and making the throw. First out in the inning for Cade Christ. Brings up Tristan Vidal. He is 1 for 2. He grounded into the 1-2-3 double play to end the 3rd inning. Other than that, he's singled so far in the game. That one's in the dirt, a ball and a strike. Unofficial totals for Jarrett Stewart. He pitched 5 innings. He gave up 3 hits, no runs. He struck out 4. He walked 3. That one will be sliced foul. Back by the bullpen. Ball and 2 strikes. That one is hit towards third. The throw to Swanson, a close play. It looks like he might have popped his foot off the bag, but an out is called. Second out in the inning. That'll bring up Zach Hart. Check swing goes foul. Strike 1. Talked a little bit about the Willamette Valley team and what their high schools did over the summer, mainly because head coach Danny Sales coaches South Eugene High School in the spring. But for Dallas High School went 5-11 in the Mid-Willamette Valley Conference. They missed the playoffs this year, and we'll cut it right there, and we'll continue talking about Dallas High School and Central High School. When we come back, we head toward the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0, Dallas leads the Willamette Valley Titans. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
The Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com. Your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to Kiger Stadium, watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires, playactionsportsmedia.com. Right back into the action here, is leading things off with a single is Jacob Mabin here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wanham still on the bump for the Titans. Laying down a bunt, Wanham to second for one, and Betcher, as a matter of fact, is going to hold on to it. That'll bring up Emilio Alarcon. He's 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout so far. Alarcon from Central High School plans to go to Lynn Benton. Right before the break, we were talking a little bit about the high school team. Central High School went 25-4 in the Mid-Willamette Valley Conference. And as a matter of fact, they won the state championship this past spring, beating Pendleton 11-4 in the 5A state championship. A ball and a strike with runner on first being Aratola. This will be the 97th pitch for Walker Wanham when he does decide to throw it after stepping off. And you're allocated 105 in American Legion Baseball, and this will be his 97th. Laying down the bunt. A perfectly placed bunt, and he will beat out the infield single. Stepping up to the box now will be Derek Mabin, with a runner in scoring position being Aratola, and at first it's Alarcon. One out in the inning. Wanham nearing 100 pitches. That one will miss high. This could be Wanham's last batter. Warming up in the Willamette Valley bullpen is the right-handed throwing Kyle Davis. Fouled back, a ball and a strike. Pitch number 100 for Walker Wanham coming up. A breaking ball that's sent into the air into right field. Making the catch is Nelson for the second out of the inning. Brings up Caden Reedhead. Could be the last batter for Walker Wanham. Looks like they've almost got him stuck out there. The throw down. No go, and they had him kind of stranded out there for a second, but able to get back to second was Aratola. It's an 0-2 count. The 0-2 to Reedhead. Pitch number 103 is taken outside. Again, Davis warming up in the bullpen for the Titans. But unless Willamette Valley can put something together, we may not need to see him this afternoon. As up next is the top of the 7th. Dallas is going to try to close it out if they can't add insurance here, and they won't, as Reedhead goes down swinging. The third out of the inning. Willamette Valley need 4 to tie it here to try to send it to the bottom half. They trail 4-0. The Dallas Dirtbags. You're watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires. PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Nelson, Sales, and Elliott to lead things off 7-8-9 as the Titans try to crawl back into this one. They trail by 4 in the top of the 7th inning. The Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires. The 2019 American Legion Oregon State Tournament. PlayActionSportsMedia.com. 0-1 the count. Swung on, fouled back. Again on the mound right now is Ruben Cedillo, coming in relief of Jarrett Stewart, who worked the first 5 innings, didn't give up any runs. He gave up 3 hits. Cedillo now tries to slam the door, hopefully end up in the winner's bracket, and play Eugene tomorrow at 4. Still got to get through the bottom of this Titans order, though. Swung on and fouled back. Count remains at 1-2. Again, after Nelson, it's Sales and then Chase Elliott. Again, the winner here would play the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers, who played the morning game. They started at 10 a.m. here at Kiger Stadium. They played the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers. They won that game 11-1 off the back of a 9-run 5th inning at 10 a.m. this morning. Then, in the second game, the Salem Withnell Dodgers beat Beaverton 9-1. to advance. They will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Pardon, they will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow against the winner of the Klamath Falls and the Medford Mustangs. If Medford wins, however, they will play at 10 a.m. Two and two, still to Trey Nelson. He started in right field this afternoon for the Titans. Base hit into center field for Nelson. The Titans try to get something going here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Base hit for Nelson. Brings up left fielder, number 22, Wyatt Sales.
First pitch to Sales is taken for strike one. And these two teams played already earlier this season. The most recent of which, Dallas won 1-0. So, two pretty evenly matched teams. Dallas on top right now, but this game's not over yet. Still got to get 3 outs. With Trey Nelson on first, the Titans showing signs of life in the top of the 7th inning. I'm sure a lot of people probably thought coming into this game that the Dallas Dirtbags would probably end up winning this game just because they are the Area 3 champions. And he beats out the infield single, Wyatt Sales. A great barehanded play, however, by Juarez at third, but going to give him a base hit, an infield single for Wyatt Sales. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out in the inning.
Now batting number 4, Aiden Bray.
Coming in for Chase Elliott, his first at-bat of the game right now. A pinch hitter, it seems, for it's Aiden Bray. He is coming in for Chase Elliott. First pitch to Bray is hit in the air to center field, going back, fighting the sun and making the plays, the center fielder. He's had to fight that sun more than once in center, Aratola. First out in the inning. To the top of the order now for the Titans, Bryce Betcher. This is the time to do it. The top of the order hasn't done much to this game. 0 for 9 combined, the top 3 guys in the order. Pardon, 1 for 9. Walker Wanham had a double back in the first. 1 for 9, though, still not a whole lot different than 0 for 9. Top of the order, the table setters have not done their job so far in this game. That one in the dirt, and it gets past him behind the plate. Alarcon has to go retrieve that one. Both runners move up. 2 runners in scoring position. At second, it's Sales. At third, it's Nelson. One 0 count. Breaking ball will miss. Betcher, who I said has struck out twice today, all will be forgotten with a base hit right here. Takes strike one. Taking 4, strike 2. Betcher in danger of getting the hat trick here. 3 strikeouts in a game. But he's still got a pitch to play with. 2-2 the count. Cedillo trying to set him down. The breaking ball will be sent out to shortstop. The play to first is in time, but the Titans do break into the runs column. It'll be an RBI for Bryce Betcher. 4-1. Isaiah Burke is 0 for 2. He struck out twice and walked once. He's the last hope in this game for the Titans. They lose, they'll play the Hillsboro Barbers tomorrow morning. The winner plays the Challengers at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Same site, Geiger Stadium in Klamath Falls, as it's 0-2. The Titans down to their final strike of the night. Cedillo trying to send the Dirtbags to the winner's bracket. That one is hit into left field. The Titans not done yet. An RBI single, that time for Isaiah Burke.
Brings up pitcher number 24, Walker Wanham.
Runner at first, 2 outs. In steps Walker Wanham. Still our pitcher for the Titans, though if they do reach the bottom half of the 7th, it's likely that Davis will come in, as he has reached his 105 pitch limit. But still, in the scorebook at least, the pitcher right now takes ball 1 outside. Wanham so far in this game, he is 1 for 2 with a double back in the first. He's walked and flown out otherwise so far this game. Pitch will be fouled back. 1-1. That one grounded out to short. Throw to second will end the game. The Dallas Dirtbags take game 1 here at the Oregon State Tournament 4-2 over the Willamette Valley Titans. Again, 4-2 the final. We'll be right back with the Play Action Sports Media postgame show on playactionsportsmedia.com from Geiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. We'll be right back, so stick with us on playactionsportsmedia.com.
River. Aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the road as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagle, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com. Your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome to Kiger Stadium for the post-game show here between the Willamette Valley Titans and the Dallas Dirtbags. Dallas taking Game 1 here at the tournament against Willamette Valley 4-2. For the Dirtbags, the winning team, they've got 4 runs on 8 hits. They committed no errors this game, and they left 10 runners on base throughout the 7 innings. For the Titans, they took a hard loss in this one, losing 4-2. Again, they got 2 runs on 6 hits. They did commit 3 errors, and they left 8 runners on base through the 7-inning affair. Game 3 here at the tournament. We'll recap the tournament for you quickly before we get back into more from this game. Winning Game 1 earlier today was the Eugene Overhead Door Challengers. They beat the Hillsboro Post 6 Barbers 11-1. And now they will play the Dallas Dirtbags tomorrow at 4. Other than that, the Salem Withnell Dodgers beat Beaverton 9-1. Salem will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and Beaverton will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and they will play the loser of Medford and Klamath Falls tomorrow afternoon. We're going to take one more break here on the post-game show from PlayActionSportsMedia.com. 4-2 the final. Stick with us. Again, PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Four to 2 the final here from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. You're watching it on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Dallas advancing to the winner's bracket, playing Eugene tomorrow at 4 p.m. We have an MVP for this game for the Willamette Valley Titans. It's Trey Nelson. He went 2 for 3 and ended up scoring in the 7th. We're going to try to get an interview with him here in just a bit once Coach Danny Sales is done talking to his team right behind us. Go through a couple more notables for the Willamette Valley Titans. Another 2 for 3 day for Wyatt Sales. In fact, a 2 for 2 day. He was on base all 3 times. He walked back in the 2nd. Your notables for Willamette Valley. Flip the lineup card over. Actually, before we do that, we'll state your winning and losing pitchers. My apologies. Jarrett Stewart was the winning pitcher in this game. He went 5 full innings, giving up 3 base hits. No runs came across. He struck out 4. Ruben Cedillo came in relief of him, pitched the final 2 innings, earning the save. He gave up 3 base hits. 2 runs came across, both of them earned. He did not strike out or walk any Titans. The losing pitcher for Willamette Valley was Walker Wanham. He pitched all 6 innings, giving up 8 hits. All runs that came across were earned, 4 of them. He struck out 4, and he walked 4 as well. Now go down the lineup card. Some notables for the Dallas Dirtbags. Jacob Mabin went 3 for 4, 3 singles for him, including an RBI. Emilio Alcaron went 2 for 3. He singled twice and struck out once. And Noah Juarez had 2 RBIs on the day and 2 singles. A sacrifice fly drove in 1 back in the 3rd inning. Going to take one more break here on our post-game show, and when we come back, we'll talk with Trey Nelson of the Willamette Valley Titans and get his thoughts on the game today and moving forward as they are now in the losers bracket of the state tournament and will play Hillsboro tomorrow morning. We'll be right back on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. 4-2 the final. Dallas in the winners bracket.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the road as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate jet boat excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Just waiting on Walker Wanham. He's our Play Action Sports Media player of the game. He went 2 for 3. We're just going to wait on him for one more minute, and we'll send you on your way on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Again, 4-2 the final. Dallas taking this one from the Titans. All right, here with player of the game, Trey Nelson. Tough loss. You guys lost 4-2 in the opening game. Kind of tell me your immediate emotions here.
We know we're a good team, and we just know we're going to have to come back, and because we know we're the better team. And once we all play to our full potential, we know we're unbeatable. We're going to come back.
So tomorrow, you guys play in Hillsborough. I'm sure you guys wanted to play Eugene tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you guys coming in the early game. Obviously, you're going to get some rest tonight, right?
Yeah. We played Hillsborough before. We played them before, and we know what we got to do. We got a good guy pitching tomorrow, and we full on trust him. We know we're going to swing back tomorrow. So
you had a 2-for-3 day, a nice day at the plate. Kind of explain your approach. Did you kind of change anything up coming into the tournament or the Super Regionals, or just business as usual for you?
Our bats weren't going, and we all just need to find a way to get on base, and I just got to shore up swing and find a way.
All right, thank you. Good luck tomorrow, man.
All right, thank you.
That's Play Action Sports Media player of the game, Trey Nelson. We'll be right back. We'll wrap it up for you on playactionsportsmedia.com. Welcome back to playactionsportsmedia.com. Apologize there. We're here to wrap this one up for you. We'll send you on your way. The final here, 4-2. Dallas Dirtbags taking this one. They'll play Eugene tomorrow. The Eugene Challengers beat the Hillsborough Barbers 11-1. The Salem Dodgers awaiting the winner of this one. The Medford Mustangs and the Klamath Falls Falcons will have the live replay for you tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'd like to expend a thank you to the Willamette Valley Titans Baseball Club and our sponsors this afternoon, QUICKFIX Coffee, Sidebar, and Doc's Pad Sports Bar and Grill, along with the Titans Board of Directors, the President Jeff Oliver, Ken Brown, Rick Stewart, Casey Miller, Ryan Maloney, along with, one more time, the Willamette Valley Titans Community Partners, Springfield Public School District, Springfield Police Department, Springfield High School Baseball Program, along with our Play Action Sports Media sponsors. I'd like to thank Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Affordable Truck and RV, Les Schwab Tires, and Timber Country Coca-Cola. One more time, the final score here was 4-2. The Dallas Dirtbags taking this one. We'll have the replay for the Medford Mustangs and the Klamath Falls Falcons up for you tomorrow at 9 a.m. One more time, you've been watching the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week presented by Les Schwab Tires on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. I'm Josh Eldridge, and have a good night from Klamath Falls, Oregon.